So there we go, gonna be having the second game on our hands from the match between Germany and Poland. It's gonna be the German home map. And kind of exactly as we expected, it's going to be Fortress with Regicide on top of that. Yep, you can see the king here in his green livery, even though on the picture he's on blue. So he maybe likes to be changing the colors here and there. But well, at any rate, let's have a look around here and especially on the civilizations as to what is going to be going on. So Andorin is going to be playing with the Franks here. And then he's gonna be joined by Sniper, who is playing as the Mayans. JaySquared is gonna be choosing Slavs, and Skittle will be with Goths. Yeah, that's quite a good combination of civilizations all around. Maybe slightly surprised that we don't see the Chinese in here, but nonetheless, overall the combination is pretty solid. Slavs are pretty great in Arena or on Fortress. Obviously Goths are quite a nice spam. Same goes for the Mayans. So otherwise the Franks for the horses in here. So we kinda have an idea what's going to happen. Plumed archers from the Mayan, horses aka paladins from Andorin, with the Franks, JaySquared with the Slavs, that's gonna be siege and halps, and Skittle with the Goths, that's gonna be probably Huskarls and maybe some halps, or even, for example, on top of that could be some champions if he needs to be countering enemy halps or something. PL Rex for the opposing team, for the Polish, he's gonna be playing the Berbers, and it's a civilization that we do see on Fortress. It's not that much of a surprise. Chinese Europe, that's exactly what I was talking about before. That's quite a powerful civilization for Arena and Fortress, especially the Fortress rather. And Spanish and Cumans. Cumans. And does he want to do with Cumans here? Not entirely all that certain what kind of advantage they could be having. If he wants to be going... I mean, like, really? I don't see all that much of a strength of the feudal HTC here, potentially. So I kinda slightly wonder what's exactly the reasoning behind it. But well, at any rate, we're probably gonna be seeing sometime soon. As this gold mine seems to be kinda finely positioned. The stone is maybe a bit trickier, but shouldn't be all that impossible to gather from. As well, who's gonna be on the flank and whatnot like that. Apparently BL Rex on the left side is gonna be the flank this time around, as he already went outside for a bit of wood gathering. Getting scouted right about now by the scout cavalry from the Goths, but well, he obviously needs to be protecting all the woodcutters because they don't have the loom yet. As on Fortress, you usually don't go for that all that early. He's gonna be playing against the Goth. So Goth versus the Berber. Interesting right now matchup in there. I mean, like, Goths are pretty good in plenty of situations. It's just gonna depend how well he's gonna be able to get going with the proper spam of the barracks and all the infantry out of it. Still apparently well played by Andorin on luring the boar, even without any kind of assistance, holding the door open. And yeah, it's gonna be just inside, so well done. Exactly right next to the TC. Professionally played. On the other side of the map, it's going to be right about now Sniper in kinda like a bit unfortunate position. You usually don't want to be spawning on Fortress this close to the side of the wall. You can be definitely having a bit worse position still, but this is not too great. And the reason is that you don't have all that much of a space to even build your economy in. So you need to be quite often and quite quickly go outside, and therefore they're gonna have to be walling here fairly quickly. But it seems like with the king right about now from Sniper scouting around, they shouldn't be having all that much of a hard time producing a few walls into the middle here. Well, gonna be a bit further away from the opponent here. He's gonna be fighting against the Chinese there. So Chinese versus the Mayans. Kind of fairly similar matchup to what we have seen in the last game. It's video scouting by Dziamdziak scout. As there was also the battle exactly between the same guys. And the front gold and the front stone could be probably yielding a castle, maybe even there. Maybe even into like this kind of position. Or maybe just behind the walls here. And it could be enough potentially. As the towers have spawned reasonably well. Protection of the gold here to the back. So yeah, it could be fine. If he manages to get another castle here, then he's gonna be having plenty of resources for more castles and more other things along the way. So Jack is gonna be trying to catch after Andorin, and apparently quite successfully so. Obviously he's the Cuman, so he's having the faster cavalry, so that's why he's able to catch up ever so slightly all the time. So he probably shouldn't be able to survive. He's gonna be getting right now one extra hit and falling face first, almost into the ground. Or is it actually face first? Nope, it's on the back. It's on the back. In Age of Mythology, actually, units tend to be falling face first, interestingly enough, for some obscure reason. Here, it's not entirely all that case in Age of Empires too. They don't have to be, they don't have all that much of a tendency like that. Through top, there's gonna be already, the Cuman trying to enlarge his base, and it will be also partially, at least, because of the gold mine in there. And another one to the top. So it's making pretty good sense, quick wall there. You can see with the house. And he's right now even continuing on the wood line, so it's not gonna be all that hard to be maybe even using the gold as part of the wall and then TC a bit later. But nonetheless, the scout right now is gonna be doing quite decently to destroy the villager, exactly going for that build up. So congrats on that. So on the bottom, there's gonna be just nothing much going on, and everybody trying to reach Castle Age as soon as possible. Only the Cuman is gonna be staying in the feudal age a bit longer, even though it's not because... oh yes, it is. It is because of the second DC, so he's trying to be basically making use of that as much as possible. Can I really question if it's gonna be yielding him all that much of a benefit and bonus, but I guess we'll see soon enough if it was the correct decision, or maybe not. As well, of course, through the back there's gonna be the Eagle Scout looking if maybe there's gonna be some fun to be had from the back. Maybe a bit of raiding on the stone will be possible. That may be a bit obnoxious for Dziamdziak. Maybe he wants to be a bit more careful about it, some kind of tactical walling like here. Maybe use the gold from the gold to the forest and one extra palisade chip all the way to the top. That may be just working alright, as the castle ages are taken in one by absolutely everybody. And obviously, at this point, the Cuman Jack should be having more villages than everybody else, and that is gonna be exactly the case at 28 already. That's, when you think about it, you could be thinking that the other civilizations, when you advance into the castle age faster, that it doesn't matter too much. But at the same time, the Cuman with the second TC, he will be making villages all during the advance still. So he should be reaching higher amount of villages in the end. Just obviously it's gonna be a bit slower to get some kind of first army going, but considering that they are all protected by walls and the towers and stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to matter too extremely much. Though yet again, let's not underestimate it, and let's wait what kind of benefit is gonna be in the end yielding to Mr. Grey. So far obviously he's gonna be having way more villages than everybody else. And he's probably gonna be switching into... no, it's a bit of a question what he's gonna be switching into. Could be just normal horses. Could be maybe even something a bit different in there. But yeah, I'm gonna be assuming he's gonna be coming in for the horses. A little micro on the woofy, so it's not gonna be too obnoxious. Going forward, to the top, nothing much going up yet. In the Spanish base, but obviously he's gonna be right now apparently moving a bit more to the bottom with scouting so far. But it could be already signaling ever so slightly that he might be kind of wanting to join there fully, which is obviously understandable considering that he is on the left side of the team. Now as the plumed archers are right now running around everywhere for sniper. You can see just the one scout cavalry from the Cuman. Otherwise he doesn't have any kind of military buildings yet. As he has finally managed to wall off the gold mine. Didn't even use it. Just kind of like walled off around, so that he can be surrounded it from all sides without having to worry about any kind of problems. And this could have been a bit more efficient right next to the TC, but that's just a little minor thing, nothing really all that important at all. So here though it's going to become a bit more dangerous for PL Rex, as the woodcutters are inevitably trying to get out of their little confinement there. As you can see at the bottom there's going to be some first Skittle archer. Well, the Berber kind of looking around with possible way through into the walls here. As he's trying to protect the gold mine Skittle together with even not exactly the stone on the left, but he definitely can be protecting the gold mine here quite nicely. Though maybe he could be using a bit of assistance with the walls, like for example wall there and wall here could be going quite a long way. Just to basically prevent any kind of raids into his base. That are definitely bound to be coming, but the archers to the top from the Mayan are already nearing. Yet again, quite a dangerous spot, and maybe like from here, he could be having a few hits even before the tower, and the TC will be shooting at him. So he's gonna be trying exactly that. And be able to kill at least one villager, and losing like one plumed archer for this. But with the Chukonus already prepared here, it seems like the sniper will be having to wait for a whole lot more units, as otherwise he's also spilling a bit more outside from the bottom side, as we said at the beginning, since he's kinda plastered and plastered through wall, he's gonna be having a bit harder time with having enough space inside his base, so he needs to be working on that a bit. They have already managed to wall off this middle part of the map, so therefore the position between them is gonna be pretty safe, and we are gonna be having quite funny trade routes in this game, because obviously now the side is controlling like fully the whole length of the wall of the map. So it seems to me that maybe trade could be coming for the Germans from here all the way to the bottom. That seems to me a bit safe. As this one here to the left, not really sure. Because obviously with the Skittle as a Goth, he's not gonna be able to wall off or anything along those lines. But in the end it could be just resulting from whoever's gonna be controlling which side of the map slightly better. And then that is gonna be preferred for them and for the whole team. So apparently this stone is gonna be already well protected by the TC, with another one coming all the way to the top. He's gonna be right now well scouted by Sniper, who's gonna be potentially knowing what's exactly going ahead. Does he actually know? I don't think he actually noticed the TC in there, but considering the farm, he probably could be having an idea, because where else would the opponent be making the farm? Yep, so that's that. Now all the way to the bottom, just a bit of right now flaring in there by red. Nothing all that important, but the walls are finally coming forward, and obviously Skittle, since he cannot build the walls as a Goth, is gonna be using the houses to help him kind of plug the holes and be in quite a more comfortable position as everybody just booming. Let's have a look onto the release. So at this point Jack is at 70. What? Is he just jumping randomly here? 71. He's not even at the high number as Blackfyre is at 78. Is he 40 in? No. Oh yes. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's obviously why he's getting ahead. So 40 Cs right now from Blackfyre. It's gonna be already a bit of engagement yet again all the way to the bottom between the Chinese and the Mayan. As the Chinese so far is doing quite a decent job in keeping his units alive a bit more, but it's also because the Mayan is spreading the units a bit and therefore trying to raid at multiple places at once. So far he has been able to catch a few villages here and there as... Okay... That's an aggro play, unfortunately. Wolf on the way. But considering this is completely blocked, this might be a legitimate surprise for the Cuman. Or for the whole Polish team. You can see 4 TC so far for him. Oh, couldn't be making all that much more there. 4 is basically kind of like the ideal amount as... Okay, we're gonna be trying to break through really quick. No. Okay, let's see how it's gonna be working out, because obviously at this point the Berbers do not have all that much of a defense. You can see he's having one Camel Archer to kind of confuse in case the King... or there was a thought that King is in. So basically the Huskarls with their pretty huge Pierce armor are gonna be quite an excellent unit for trading here under all the castle and TC fire to slow down the enemy economy, and of course more barracks from Skittle are gonna be coming up with the Imperial Age. Not yet, but it's gonna be coming for red and for green, so basically both pockets for the Germans. Yeah, it's quite an important castle for the Chinese. Is coming down right next to gold mine and close by-ish to another one, be another castle somewhere here. A moment later, as obviously the build up here in the middle is gonna be fairly surprising, as I think they have no idea right now that something like that is going on here. Absolutely none. Absolutely none whatsoever. You can see that maybe even purple is not gonna be going far away to be discovering that, so basically just depends how careful is red going to be, because right about now he's gonna be... just not seeing that. Just not seeing right now the mining camp. It's a bit unlucky, because it could be leading him into kinda giving himself up, as right about now this house probably won't be seeing it, yeah. We're just moving for another stable in the middle. And let's have a look what elsewhere is going on. Like for example, still in the Thieves base, you can see the Huskarls, they are kind of losing hit points quite heavily from all the shooting all across. But they at least really forcing Teal into quite a lot of idols, 30 idols out of 110. So while his economy is the most powerful in the game, now at this point, well, quite a solid portion of it is not working at all. As he's trying to go... he did find the king! He did manage to find the watchtower in there with the king. So right now gonna be hiding into the castle. He actually did get a few shots and hits rather into him. So nicely played at this point by Skittle. Oh, careful, careful. Yeah, he's gonna be probably trying to go into the watchtower again. That seems to be a bit of a safer thing. Because if you're gonna be hiding it in the castle, then you exactly running the risk of ejecting it with other units, and pretty much same goes with the TC once you have some villagers hidden inside, so you kinda don't want to be risking it too much that way. Okay, so this table is gonna be falling fairly promptly, as obviously the Rams are already on the way into the enemy base. So you can see that Blue is moving forward with more castles to protect all the extra resources outside. He's having the plumed archers and slowly upgrading them, but it seems that the brunt of the battle is gonna be happening somewhere there, with even Blue moving with 2 squads of plumes. Whereas, well, plenty of villages here, probably for another castle, or yeah, I'm thinking so. It looks like maybe another castle somewhere here, next to another gold mine I would be expecting. That would be at least making sense to me, but so far he's having plenty of villages idle in there, as the Cumans at least have made their way all the way into the middle battlefield, and with all the knights coming forward from the Cumans, it's probably not gonna be all that much of a hard defense, but with the plumes there... Now I'm kind of thinking that the Germans are not exactly all that well synchronized. At the same time, with the halberdiers having production buildings right next to the battlefield, it could be just fine. You just need to be coordinating slightly better. And with the knights not being upgraded, because obviously the mythical age, the imperial age is just now in, with forging coming forward, and the cavaliers. No, I don't see the cavalry upgrading there yet. I don't think it's coming actually. Adam is going for even for wheelbarrow. It doesn't seem like it's something that he actually wants to go into, but this is actually very well countered so far by the Polish. Let's see if we're gonna be able to actually continue with that, as more and more archers are moving forward, and maybe some kind of secondary attack through like the gates here, like double petards through the walls, and have a bit of fun in there. Could be actually working rather fine. As you can see, the Chinese doesn't mind even this gold. He wants to be moving a bit more into the middle, and a few more siege works with battering rams, apparently to clean up the middle of the map here completely, as it seems to me that Sniper is gonna be losing most of the archers here. No, it doesn't only seem to me, it's actually gonna be quite a reality in there. So this forward attack is not working that well for the Germans. The Chinese with the Cumans are certainly prevailing rather well. Now on the left, with right now final cavalry upgrade coming forward, we are gonna be looking at also kind of successful defense with camel archers, and on top of that the cavaliers from Blackfyre, as the Spanish, who is not getting paladin, he's getting husbandry and blast furnace for a few more extra upgrades. Now so basically a combination of the pikemen for Skittle and kind of like halberdiers to be with all the extra infantry, and more horses coming forward from Andorin. Well, let's see how the upgrades are coming out with them. So the Goth is gonna be in the inn, so we should be expecting halberdiers right after. You can see 7 the resources there, 600 food and plenty of gold for all of it. As green is at cavaliers, he's going to be getting the paladins. They are on the way with blasphemous as well. So I'm thinking that the battlefield on the left is actually gonna be maybe in the favor of the Germans, whereas the one on the right is getting a bit interesting, and apparently they think that this is gonna be a good trade route for the Polish. That might be a bit of a fun decision, because if it doesn't work out, there could be a huge issue coming for them, and considering the control that the Barton Sniper will be able to exert there, I'm not 100% convinced this is gonna be actually working. They will have to be probably switching it from the top side all the way to the bottom, and kind of hope that they don't lose here, which is kind of tenuous. So maybe in the end it will be actually proving to be fairly important which kind of trade route the players are going to be able to secure for themselves and for their whole team. Alright, so paladins, for right about now Andorin, he's gonna be having fully upgraded them. As for Blackfyre, he is getting the paladins himself. He's gonna be getting right now, he's getting infantry plate of armor. So he's gonna be probably switching into halberdiers himself in there a bit, or something along those lines. It's on the left, of course, the Huskarls trying to get into all of the archers. We have a few more upgrades certainly on the way. So far it's gonna be conscription, so that he can be obviously producing units as fast as possible and properly spamming them into the battle. But it's quite a solid 116 economy, so everybody's having nice ones. Just Dziamdziak is only at 99 now. Otherwise Blackfyre 146, Andorin is at 132. So probably Andorin could be getting also a bit stronger one. But this push is so far working rather excellently for the Germans. But there is also going to be a counter push all the way to the right. And where is exactly the king? Is he here? No. Seems like that he already ran away somewhere into... Oh no, he died! No, he died. He actually legit got killed, because that was last time he was here in the tower. And he has already right now resigned, or is resigned, so basically he got killed. Wow, he didn't run away with the king fast enough. Well, that's exactly the joy of Regicide Fortress. As on the right flank, it seems like it's gonna be kind of hard push by the Chinese. Look at all those Cumans and all the, well, castle around here on the left side. I don't think it's gonna be quick enough at this point to destroy this, but the push is really bad. Though the cloaked archers right next to the military buildings of Sniper are probably gonna be way too powerful for this to be able to handle it. And therefore even the Chinese might not be exactly enough. Slightly depends how many horses are gonna be coming inside with the paladins from the Cumans. Right about now missing blast furnace that is just getting researched. Not entirely there yet so far as the castle. No. Yeah, it probably will be finished because you can see it well enough. So let's not be too entirely hasty, because at this point red is getting breached kinda badly. You can see plenty of idols in there. As all the way to the right they will be having to rebuild the market, because blue did excellently in blocking the initial idea. Yep, they definitely did not choose correctly and well enough. To the top side, obviously this is gonna be just a bit of an uneven battle. And maybe just leaving it up to Skittle. Because I mean, like, Skittle is right now gonna be fighting only against one player, with Rex already getting annihilated. Or rather, his king getting annihilated a bit earlier. And I'm not entirely certain how Blackfyre, considering that he's going fully on horses and apparently right now switching into archers. So that might be purple. I was kinda thinking maybe for hand cannoneers. You know, they are not such a bad unit, but they're also kind of a bit expensive. But who knows? I don't exactly prophesize all that much of a long-lasting legacy for him at this point against the Goth spam. He obviously is in quite an excellent position. All the way to right though, you're gonna be looking at Green, helping with quite a solid amount of paladins, as he's not needed on the left battlefield anymore, and therefore that's gonna be about like 1,000,000 horses from Blackfyre with horses or with archers from Dziamdziak. But the combination here with the Plume Archers, if they're gonna be able to get in, might be just good enough with all the palace. But just the numbers so far not working all that well, because this is a lot of paladins from Blackfyre and from JackK. And oh well, this is actually not looking all that promising for the Germans. So while they have been able to amass enough army and victory on the left side, right now, okay, they are gonna be resigning though. That's maybe a bit of a surprise, but it seems that Andorin's paladins are gonna be the more powerful in the whole battles here, and the the production of the halberdiers is finally powerful enough for JaySquared to be getting enough there. And basically getting, I was just kinda confused about the designs, because the designs weren't exactly all that showing properly on the scoreboard, but nonetheless, that was one hell of a battle and a really close one, because on the right flank, obviously they were pushing forward really well, but Andorin's paladins paid off and made it to the finishing line in there. Areas to the top side, obviously the destruction of BLRX, right, the combo of the Goth and Andorin's horses in there from the flanks worked like a charm. It was complete utter annihilation, and you can see that at this point Blackfyre won't be able to assist all that much there himself. And what he was trying to make from the archers, he probably didn't even get to it. No, I don't think he did. Yep, probably didn't, and that therefore the Germans will be able to claim, right about now, the home map yet again, the same as yesterday against Sweden, and we're gonna be heading into the home map of, well, their opponents, of Polish. So what that is going to be, you will have to be waiting a few minutes. It was actually fairly interesting that the fight went so well for the Germans, because it was looking like that it should be going for the Polish, because they were having double paladins here, well upgraded, actually fully upgraded. But yeah, seemed like that Andorin was having just higher numbers in the end and was able to send in reinforcements. And with all those archers on top of that to support that, with halberdiers, even the Cumans apparently couldn't exactly hold their own. But nicely played, really exciting and quite a close game, with nice play, especially by Dziamdziak here, with the Chinese, but it just proved not to be enough. Look at all of those stables right now from Blackfyre. Damn, that's a ton of them. Okay, let's check into the post game. Now, so you're gonna be expecting nothing else than a proper reward for even Dziamdziak. You can see the high amount of in the military count because of the high amount of units killed with the Cumans. 174. Andorin though wasn't too far behind, it's 172, and he was the guy with horses. So this is actually fairly impressive to be so high. Because usually the archer civilizations get most of the kills there. Nice spam with the Goths for Skittle. Now, in the economy. Yeah, well, the Goths do have an advantage that basically they don't need all that much of an echo. So they can be just the proper spam machine. Once they get all the upgrades, the economy can be a bit diminished for them. And it's all about the extra population limit. And just spamming as soon as possible from about like 2 million barracks. And just simply overpowering the opponent by sheer numbers. And if they can get there, they are quite an excellent post-Im civilization. You can see in the technologies, JackK as the Cuman went a bit later into the Castle Age, but obviously the second TC helped him overcome that and give him even more villages even when he was advancing, so he basically had like 0 idle time in there. Or like a full idle time, as opposed to the opponents when they had to be advancing on 1 TC through castle. As he did manage to get quite a good echo for all the horses. You can see that Blackfyre was the same, Andorin was also slowly getting there. But he managed to kind of get a bit more and better army and better position, even faster than them, which was more important. Okay. Yep, the important battle to win it all, and GG then. And that's kind of when he died, when his king got annihilated here for PLRX. Maybe if he actually ran away with the king, the game could have been a bit different, but at the same time he would be really still losing tons of echo. So not sure if too much, but maybe it could be allowing him to survive a bit longer and the team. And maybe allowing Dziamdziak with JackK to maybe do something on the right side a bit faster as well. But that's maybe. Didn't happen, so GG. Yeah, okay, let's correct the score for the Germans. Also getting a 1 on the board. And we're gonna be waiting for the last game, and yep. I apparently forgot the waiting for a game at the very bottom in there for the whole game yet again. Damn it. I always forget about it. I just need to be getting used to it a whole lot more. So hopefully it wasn't too distracting. And not too annoying since it's like on the bottom of the screen there. Just kinda here when we are in the middle. I want to be just letting you know that the screen is not frozen. And therefore something is going on. That we are not just basically without a game.